I want to share something important with you. When you configure your calendar, you're syncing between either an appointment or a class in MindBody, and you expect that when someone books a class in MindBody, it can populate the associated calendar in HighLevel and vice versa. Now, for that to work, you need to make sure that the HighLevel calendar is configured to be able to accept those MindBody appointments. If you're primarily booking from MindBody, you don't have to be as careful. You just have to you could do a wide open calendar on HighLevel that accepts virtually any time, number, and so forth. I'll show you what I mean. So if you go into HighLevel, you'd find the calendar that you're using, the same one that you set up here for your sync. You go into availability, and you would want your duration. Okay, there are two approaches. If you're going mainly from MindBody, you would set the duration appropriately and the interval. That means how far apart would be the start times. I usually do 15 minutes. That's normally within MindBody. Most appointments start on the hour, half hour, or 15 or 45 minutes. So slot interval usually is 15. Duration is whatever the longest class time. If you're configured for multiple classes, you've got to go with the longest time because they're all sharing the same availability. And then if you want to just make it wide open, you can say appointments per slot 99. You could say Sunday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to 11 p.m. or something, and then it'll just boom, everything works. What that limits you on is if you want to allow people to book through HighLevel, then it'll look like all those times are available. So if you really want it to be lined up, you need to make sure that your every day and time slot available in MindBody is available within HighLevel. Now, if you don't, well, here's an example of that. So let's say Monday, on Monday, it's available from, we'll say 8 to 10, and then another class period from, we'll go in the afternoon, 1, we'll just say between 1 and 5. Okay. So you'd have to go day by day and make sure it matches exactly what you have available in HighLevel. So if they're continuous, you can do one chunk like I did here. This might be 4 classes if they're configured for an hour. Oops. All right. So if you have 4 classes between 1 and 5, you can do this. And 2 classes between 8 and 10, you can do this. But you have to make sure your duration's right and your interval. And if your biggest class size is, say, 30, you need appointments per slot to be 30. If you don't do this correctly, when the API tries to take a MindBody booking and start it and configure it into HighLevel, it will not. It'll either not see that time slot available for that day, or maybe the appointments per slot isn't big enough, and it's going to say, come back with an error message in your logs that says selected slot not available. So if you see that message, it means something on the HighLevel calendar configuration is not aligned with your MindBody configuration, and it's not able to fit that appointment or that class booking into the time slot that you've selected. So hopefully this is helpful to you.